Hey guys, Janice Vaughn, letting your light shine. Thank you all so much for joining me. Your likes, your comments, subscribe, shares, and most importantly, your support for the community and everybody involved in my channel. Thank you guys so much. You are so meaningful to so many people, and your support and uplifting comments really do help, okay? So keep it up. I appreciate you all so much, and I know everybody else does as well. All right, so I wanted to talk about the narcissist who loves going through our personal space, going through our things, going through our private journals, going through our computers, going through our cell phones, you name it, they are going to go through it, okay? So when I met the narcissist, you know, I've always worked from home for my business, so I never had a reason to lock my computer. I just didn't, all right? I was the only one on it. Why am I gonna lock it, all right? I've learned, please lock your computers no matter what. If you're home alone, just do it anyway, okay? And so I'm telling you guys, he would go through my purse, he would go through my wallet, he would go through my business files, he would go through emails, he would go through my computer, he would go through my journals. And I know that I shared in other videos that I'm a journal writer, so I have journals everywhere. I got them in the bathroom, by the bathtub. I got them in the, you know, side next to the recliner when I'm, you know, sitting there watching a movie or listening to music and want to journal. Have it in the side table by the couch. Have it in the bedroom on the end table. You know, just everywhere. In the car when I'm traveling, you know, as a passenger, I can just sit there and write. And you know what's so weird? This is so crazy. So in my journal, which I would never open somebody else's journal. I just wouldn't, because I respect people's privacy. However, with a narcissist, do you know what he did in my journals? He would open them up and he would read them. And they were not always about him. Maybe it was about a wonderful accomplishment I made that day or something, or, you know, a client's case was just, it was won and it was huge and they were so happy and it affected their life immensely. And I was so grateful for that. Whatever the case may be, this narcissist would sit there and leave sticky notes inside my journals. And when I did type, or, well, I did have an online one, Penzu. I think I shared with you guys that too. I had an online journal too. He broke into that too. He would leave sticky notes, or he would leave comments that would say something like, wow, I can't believe you wrote this, or that is so not true. You know, you don't know what you're talking about. And I would go to open a journal to write in it. Maybe I didn't write in it for a couple of days, and so I would pick it up to write in it. And I would have a sticky note in there telling me that what I wrote 2 days ago was completely wrong. Who the frick's journal is this? It's my journal. But the narcissist can't stand the fact that you are just doing stuff on your own. You have your own independence. They don't like people who are independent, by the way, because they want you to rely on them for everything, okay? I'm not that girl. Never been that girl. I'm a very independent person. I've always been that way since I was very, very little. Never relied on anybody in my life. I always did what I had to do for me. And I don't think that he liked that because he wanted me to rely on him for everything. No. So anytime that I would have something private, he would have a comment to say. Let's say that I sent an email to one of my girlfriends. He would break into my email and he would then print out the email. And I think I showed you guys in, I don't know if I have any right here, but he would print out emails. Then he would highlight, he would circle, and he would make comments about not true, that's a lie, total manipulation. And I'm sitting here going, who are you to analyze what I'm writing? These are my thoughts. These are feelings from my heart. But no matter what, he would go through every single thing that I had. So the reason I'm sharing this video with you guys now is no matter what, lock your stuff up, passcode protect anything and everything. Put a face lock on your phone, but also follow it up with a passcode that he would never guess. Don't do your birthday. Don't do your children's birthday. Don't do, you know, an anniversary date or the day that you guys met. They will figure it out. Do something that nobody would ever figure out. But they will go through your stuff and then they will turn around and deny it, or they will say, well, you're crazy. I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't go through your stuff. So I wanted to share that with you guys, because if you think that your stuff is protected, it's not. And the reason they go through your stuff is so they can use it against you in the future. They want to be able to do that. All right, so this brings up my friend Christina, which, by the way, was here last night, but we were hanging out at the pool and we didn't get a chance to do a video, but we're getting together this weekend. So he preyed upon her 2 days after he was kicked out. So March 7th, kicked out of my house last year. March 9th, all of a sudden, he's residing with her in her home. Well, in a matter of a week, because she realized, thank goodness, and we talked about this last night at the pool, she goes, thank goodness I realized that he was just the biggest piece of crap. And he had gone through her entire filing cabinet in her bedroom, went through and found her divorce paperwork, okay? Went through it like a fine-tooth comb, saw what she had dealt with in her past marriage, and turned around and used it against her, and then manipulated her into thinking that he all of a sudden was this amazing man, and you know what she had gone through was horrific, and he was there to make it better for her. Well, he continued to steal from her. Checks were missing from her checkbook, in her filing cabinet, in her bedroom, in the closet, okay, that she so graciously allowed him to be in. She then had a computer, and you guys, she's going to reiterate all this stuff. It's going to be a longer video, actually, than the 10 or 15 that I try to do. But it is horrendous what he did in a matter of 7 days. So please make sure that whatever you have, you lock it up. Okay, lock up your credit cards. My credit cards are in a folder. They're in a, well, not a folder, but like a business card holder, but it holds credit cards, right? So I found that he took pictures of every one of my credit cards, every one of those. And I went, now why on earth would this man ever need a copy of my credit cards? Why? Well, we already know that after he left, he tried to use my cards to pay his bills, which obviously was reported to the Chandler Police Department, which is public record, by the way, and fraud. He was investigated for fraud, okay, on multiple levels. And he did this to me. He did this to another person, Christina. And then in 2012, he was convicted of stealing a check from somebody, and he wrote it to himself for $50. He had a felony on his record for a long time. But you know, here I am, you know, the helpful person I was, you know, I believed his sob story and thought, oh, well, maybe he didn't do it. I know 100% he did, because like I said earlier in one of my videos, I have since talked to the people that he took the money from. He took the money. He took the money. I saw the check, totally written out in his name, totally his signature. And so he took a plea deal because he said, Maricopa County is the toughest county out there. No, dude, you took a plea deal because you knew you were guilty. Okay, if I didn't do something, I'm taking it all the way. I don't care what you have to offer me. If I know that nobody can prove that I did something wrong, I'm risking it. I'm not going to subject myself to some plea deal. But it was so funny. He's like, well, you know, my uncle told me to do this and my friends told me to do that. And I'm like, well, why did you agree to something that you didn't do? Well, because, you know, I could have went to jail for, 6 years and all this other stuff. And I'm thinking, well, you know what? If you did the crime, you got to do the time, dude. And he was like, I didn't do it. And he would always get so freaking defensive. I tell you guys that defensiveness is a sign of guiltiness. So watch your money, big time. Watch your jewelry. Watch anything that you own. He or she will do whatever it takes to break into your stuff when you don't think they're going to do it. If they get caught, they're going to make up some excuse that they were just trying to help you. Oh, they noticed that your computer was acting weird. So let me go ahead and log in and just make sure that, everything was fine. The spyware was okay and you weren't getting a virus. Well, you know what? Funny how in a matter of 6 years, I had 2 viruses on my computer. Never had a virus on my computer ever before that. And one of my friends who he emailed also had a virus on her computer, and it wasn't once for her, it was twice. And her and I got the same virus on the same day, and that was March 7th, 2022. She got one, I got one. That was the date he was kicked out. That was also the date that she went with me to the courthouse to support me in my order protection. So I find that a little funny how all of this stuff happens with narcissists getting through your stuff. They will find out who you're talking to on your phone. They will go through your photos. If you have secret hidden photos on your cell phone, trust me, they're gonna find them, okay? Because everybody knows we have hidden folders on our cell phone. So we all know about them, so we're all gonna go there first. Protect yourself, protect your stuff, protect your finances, protect your bank accounts. Please, when I tell you this, they will go through it all, only to use it against you in the future, okay? Fortunately, I got real smart toward the last couple months when I was planning my escape. And I hate that I have to say that, planning my escape. But you know what? You're in prison when you're in a narcissistic relationship. You are totally in a prison. So I guess planning my escape is the appropriate term to use. Although it feels so surreal because I'm like, why would I ever put myself in a situation like that? But I didn't put myself in a situation like that. I just kind of got sucked into it and I didn't know what was going on because of the love bombing, manipulation, gaslighting, the constant craziness that goes along with narcissistic abuse. Protect your stuff. If you don't think they're watching you, they are watching you with eyes in the front of their head, eyes in the back of their head, and then they probably got secret cameras everywhere. All right, so protect yourself, protect your stuff. Do not give them more information than they are entitled to. Don't give your passwords out. In fact, I would highly encourage that on everything that you do the two-factor identification. So somebody gets into your account. I know it's a pain in the ass. I know. I dealt with it too. I'm like, I just want to log into my bank account. Well, now I have to log into my bank account, and then I had to get a passcode to my cell phone to enter, which was a pain. Now I appreciate that I did that because that prevented him from doing so much more damage than he could have done. But you know what? You got to stay on top of these people. They are classic people who are, well, they're not classy. They're classic manipulators, okay? They will do anything to destroy you because they know that you are more successful and smarter than they are. They got to beat you at your own game. But you know what? As educated individuals, we will always beat them at their own game. But we have to have the tools and the knowledge to know what to look for. This is why I keep doing these videos, okay? Anything that I've gone through, I'm going to share with all of you. I'm going to share it until I have nothing more to share. But after 6 years, I've got a lot of shit to share, okay? So protect yourself, protect your private stuff, and know that they're watching you more than you think they are, all right? Okay, love and light to all of you. I will be back soon. Thank you.